Welcome to Growing with the Woodpile. This is Stephanie and Lulu, garden kitty number 1, and some puppy toys. So you might have noticed in maybe some other videos that came up, we put this fence in and we moved all of the wood chips over into the garden. Yes, Lulu, hi. You want to say hi? Hi, yeah. Moved the wood chips over here because Puppy was eating wood chips and Puppy was getting into garden. So it was a long day with me and my son moving all the wood chips over. Some of them are peeking through, but he is a puppy. We will scrape them back. I'm thinking about moving the wood chips back another foot. But again, he is a puppy, and dogs have survived for thousands and thousands of years with kitties. Yeah, kitties have had a rough time with Puppy. So Puppy's inside. Me and kitties are in the garden today. But gonna give you, what month is this? March update. I'm getting ready to plant out the tomatoes, and I'll plant out the peppers more towards the end of the week. Let me step over the fence. That is one thing I want to put a gate in because, I'm old and I'll eventually trip on that. All right, coming over here. I have trimmed up some of the basil plants. I haven't decided which ones I'm going to let stay forever and do an experiment to see if the taste changes. I'm probably going to let this one stay in here just because this is the strawberry plant and something about different smells make bugs not want to eat your strawberries. So this is chamomile over here, doing good. That is another basil plant right here. Probably will just leave it so it won't disturb the chamomile plant when I pull it out. Got the spearmint going strong, choking out the it's either lavender or rosemary. I thought it was lavender, but I think it's actually rosemary. Lulu. All right, this bed, even though it's been raining, the drips have been turned off of it because I was trying to overwinter these pepper plants. When I say overwinter, it's probably more like a month. And it's worked. I trimmed back these pepper plants, and now you can see new growth. Not this one, so I'll probably pull this guy out. But this one has new growth, not quite yet. This one has new growth. Oh yeah, the Tabasco plants, I'm kicking it. I'm gonna take over the world again. Tabasco pepper is strong. Habanero coming back with lots of side shoots. Let me grab this weed while I'm down here. Lettuce I didn't plant but came in from somewhere else. All right, this is supposed to be jalapeno, and he's orange. I'm so confused. And I bought this plant too, so there's probably a tag down in there. Marigold here. Dad had some of them. Here's the plant. See right here. He says chili habanero. Oh, jalapeno. All right. This is the plumeria. Over here was the Mamma Mia's. I don't see any new side shoots on this, so I don't know if I lost these, but I did plant. I do have some inside. So I'm going to stir this up as I transplant the tomatoes down there. I'll put in some more soil here. What Lulu's smelling is these carrots. I'm going in here and can't do it with one hand. Hi, Luz. Cutting off the ones that have seeds in there, thousands of seeds. And I really need this space here to plant my tomatoes. I'm going to switch things up and put tomatoes in this bed this year. Need to tie up the peas and clean this bed up a little bit, top off some of the soil. So over here, ginger mint diet. I swear I get like some type of white fly spider mite thing going on. You can see in here. I need to figure out what to spray it with. This is the pineapple mint. and rosemary. So that looks more like rosemary in their pot. So it's probably rosemary. Dill that came all by itself. So this is those are I don't know what they are. What does the tag say? Tag says I came off. Those are habaneros back in there. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them. Wouldn't be sad if they die. Look at this. He got some side growth. I cut him all the way back. I thought he was dead. And what were you? You were... Oh no. You were nothing. These were all in my hot pepper beds. See, I wonder if this is the second plant here. Yeah. Okay, enough pepper plants. So this bed has been turned off, but it has been raining, so it's still getting some water. Gonna tie up these peas and then plant some tomatoes in here. Pull up those carrots. Green stock I replanted probably a week or two ago, and nothing's coming up. It is wet because we did have rain. I just struggle with the green stock, so maybe I just need to put potting soil on top when I'm planting things. So yeah, there's that. This probably an early girl tomato. She don't have no this is frost damage. I don't see any flowers or tomatoes on her. So maybe now if it heats up, she'll get more, but we'll find out. Got some more marigold there. Basil plant, lettuce. Lettuce will stay. I don't know why these have weirder leaves. Why are you weird? Coming over here, more mint, more oregano that I need to use. Now, my Napa Gold, just fall off. They are one of my favorite tomatoes. My husband don't like them. So sad. Quite a bit of frost damage. So I'll probably cut it back. She's been here almost 2 years or something. I can't do the math right now in my head. And see if she gets side shoots that bounce back. All this purple damage is frost. This is a black cherry. Probably will try to do the same. Probably just remove this basil plant. Coming down the other green stalk. Yeah, nothing really showed up. It's kind of weird on this. I think it was a bok choy. All these seed pods are open. So I wonder if the birds come in and open them up. And now that it doesn't have flowers, I am just going to pull it out. That's the only reason why it was there. But I probably won't get to it soon. So I'll probably stay. The only thing right here is cilantro has popped up. I had planted cilantro in all of these, but nothing's coming up. So frustrating. Over here is my mint plant. I've put in a pot to give to my friend. I saved its, what's it called? I cut it and took a cutting and made it grow some stuff. And yeah. All right. Again, very not using good words. Look at all of the Napa tomatoes falling down. I need to get in here and save them. Make some yellow tomato sauce or something. I am going to just kind of lay the tomato plants, my new ones, out kind of in spots, and then make a list of where things are at. Kind of going to switch things up. This has always been a tomato bed. There is some early girls over here that we'll see on the other side. And I'm probably going to put peppers in this one. I'm going to put peppers where tomatoes were and tomatoes where peppers were, mostly. This basil plant, he's been here for 2 years and he bounces back, but I don't eat them. I just leave them for the bees, but he needs a good trim down. I need to come in and water probably these buckets because I turned the drip off to them. And I can't decide if tomatoes or peppers are going to go in there because I had peppers in these and they haven't done well because they either get too much water or not enough water, and water issues. Still learning. Parsley is going insane. See, now this tomato plant has flowers and actually has some tomatoes in there. Probably will trim up this parsley again. He's been in there. He's an original plant from 2 years ago. I have harvested quite a few tomatoes off of this plant, so I'll keep letting it do its thing. Probably will try to pop it up a little bit. It's kind of sprawled out, but anytime I do that, I end up breaking the stems, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to break them. Oh, on the other side, that's Swiss chard. He's been here a long time. See, this is another tomato plant that was in a 6-pack, and I only had one label, so I didn't do more labels, but it has some flowers. So I'm hoping these ones that made it through the winter will just start producing right away. So I'll probably go in here and clean some up. I've harvested tomatoes off of this one. You can see this little baby one. They were a little bit bigger. They were bigger than that, but calendula was here, so you see little calendula kind of all over. Now these pepper plants have been trimmed back. I see new growth on this trick or treat. Now I don't see new growth on these ones, so I don't know how much longer I'll let them stay in there before I pull them. Okra plant here that he's just there. He just didn't get pulled. Nasturtiums, I need to get in here and dig out the drip, because this is frost damage, but it did bounce back. I feel like it's just not getting water. Yeah. All the peppers in this bed are dead. Coming down here, purple basil. Oh, looks like there's a marigold down there getting overshadowed from the purple basil. Purple basil. This is a cilantro back there that seeded itself. I'm like, oh, you're such a good little girl. This had some potatoes in it last year, and then it got some sprouts like it was going to again this year, but I never harvested potatoes because they died. So I really think I'll just probably put some tomatoes in here. Haven't quite decided. So, we got some flowers on this side. So yeah, I'm hoping these ones just immediately start producing. More calendula, other side of the tomato plant, some green onions that I had bought and are spread throughout. No idea what you are. So you just are going to come out. Coming down here. There is a tomato plant over there. Probably leave it, let it do its thing. More green onion. There's really not a whole lot going on. I'd really trimmed up this purple basil, and I don't think it's going to bounce back. Tomato. These are chives. I've struggled with chives. Tomato plant with some flowers down there. Little baby tomato plant over here. I don't know where you came from. Probably a seed that dropped that decided to grow. Oh, you're going to flower. I need to use this cilantro before it gets too much more flowers. I need to trim that up and use that. Maybe make some salsa. Yeah. Calendula over here and peas. They're dying in the back, but came back strong in the front. I don't know if I'll plant another round. It says I can right now, but I haven't quite decided if I want to do that. This tomato plant was seeded itself, so I'm curious of what it is. This lunchbox back here, probably need to trim it up and maybe get off these little baby fruits that are stunted. Tomato plant that planted itself here. This dill, I have been just leaving it for the bees. Since it's 2 years old, I don't really think I should harvest it. Right down there. But he's kind of sprawled out all over the place, and I am going to be planting tomatoes in here, so I think today is the day he is no longer. All right. Coming over here is a tomato plant that did itself there, and these are red onion. So I don't know if this means it's gonna bulb up since it's red there. I don't know. Here are a calendula and a lettuce that put itself there, and it goes to show it must be overwatering the garden because they don't get any water there. That's in the walkway. And let's see, over here is another fennel. Here, again, it's been there 2 years and it's flowering, so I just feel like it needs to go. Over here are YOLO peppers that be struggling. Hopefully they be bouncing back. He has 2 little peppers over here. I was going to take the Master Gardener class this year, and, life gets busy. These peas have just been doing wonderful. Wow. What are you? You must be a daikon radish in the middle of something seeding itself here. Wow, you went up strong. I like now that they're big enough, I just open them up and eat the pods inside these peas instead of, just right in the garden, having a little snack instead of sauteing them. These have been very, very well eaten. I've taken them to many family parties and friend group, card group. This yellow boy, I need to find the tag on it. He is nice and sweet, and I have harvested several off of him, and even in the deep freeze of winter. It seemed like this section got a little colder over here. This tomato plant, you can see all this frost damage, but he does have a tomato there. Lemon boy. That's what these 2 were. Lemon boy. And I like a yellow tomato, but my husband does not. So, peas, carrots, and onions. These onions, I'm gonna pull out just one, just because Puppy has got in here. So they're really not bulbing up. I need to do some. I know you can use these like green onions, and eat them. And I know I did a couple of things. I didn't put them in the freezer and harden them off or stratify them. And Puppy's been getting in and out of this bed. So I think all of these are mostly going to be used as green onions. Tomato I didn't plant. Another tomato I didn't plant. So I need to decide what I'm doing over here, because I'm thinking about putting some tomatoes in over here. Need to tie the peas up. And a garden kitty again. So Puppy really likes, you talking to the birds? Puppy really likes peas from the garden. Yes, you see his little remnants down there. All right, now we're gonna just come on the other side. This is what we did. We found out, even after putting the fencing in, Puppy was still getting in the garden. So I sat in my garden chair and waited patiently. And what Puppy did is he comes over here and he jumps on the black grow bag, gets in the red bucket, and then he would go through the cattle panel. So that's why we have this chicken wire up now. Parsley is a plant I will not grow again because I don't use it. All right, I think that's about it. Oh, that's a cilantro plant. I had cilantro over here and it went to seed, dropped some seeds, and grew me a plant. So yay for cilantro plant. This here is lettuce that was in growing by itself in this front when we moved the wood chips. So my son tried to pull them up and put them there. It hasn't died yet. I'm surprised. They're not beautiful. I think they got stepped on there. So we'll see if they live. But we'll head out front, finish up the garden tour. So I have a lot of work to get to today. Oh, these were the purple basil and the green basil, sweet basil that I pulled to save seeds. But then it rained, so I probably should just throw them away. I was letting them dry and I was going to donate them, the seeds, but I don't know if they're going to be any good. Maybe I need to spread them out a little bit more to let them dry. I'm probably going to get basil growing in the cracks here now. Okay, out front. All right, the out front do as you want space. African daisies in the rocks. In the rocks. Pepper plants harden off. I'm probably, again, going to plant those at the end of the week. So I had African daisies in this spot, and all of these decided to grow by themselves with no water. So you do you. Aloe vera plant my new front door. Aloe vera plant. I do need to get in here and pull some pups and donate them. So bay rose plant still has green in its stalks, but it's not doing so well. See, these are seed pods from the African daisy, and it just does what it does. Even though I planted many different colors, it decided to mostly do yellow. So these are, I don't know if I just keep letting them do its thing. So I don't know if I want a whole front yard of yellow daisy. But coming over here, same with these sunflowers. There's a cement square right there where a tree used to be, and it would grow into our sewer system, so we had to cut it because it'd block up the pipes. And so I did flowers many years, and now these sunflowers are all self-seeded, along with the daisies, along with the calendula. The only thing I purposely planted in here was the nasturtiums down there. You can see right here and here. I did not plant anything else in here. These all came back. The zinnias that are getting probably choked out from the daisies and from the calendula. At least I got orange from the calendula. I actually had to go in and really thin out. Sorry, gotta pull a weed right here. Really thin out the garden kitty came up front, the calendula, and you could really see that it was the calendula. I still miss some over here. There's some more sunflowers. There's more calendula over here in the bougainvillea. I don't think if I went back and told myself 10 years ago, I would not do bougainvillea here. He's a pain to cut and he's bulky. But it's kind of cool how this is all done itself. I probably should have thinned it out a little more, but I didn't. See, they're a pretty little flower. So at least I got some orange in there instead of all the yellow daisies. See all of these, yeah. It's kind of neat how nature will find a way to live. Well, one last little story before we gotta go plant our tomatoes with Lulu is for Christmas my boys were home and they cut up this bougainvillea here, and I don't know if you can see way down there, those black ones are the water drip system that goes up here to the rose plant and whatever flowers else that decide to come. And I came out and this water was sprayed and they had actually cut the drip lines, which is okay. I got a lot of free labor. It's not that hard to fix drip lines. But so I wonder if that's why Fay Rose plant hasn't got enough water. But don't know. These were some type of, well, this is a weed. These were some type of flower, redonculus. Anyways, it had tubers that I put down and they're kind of struggling. But it's okay. Maybe I'll get in there and plant some sunflowers. It's a weird spot. It gets a lot of sun, but then it gets shade because it's on the south side of my house. But, well, thank you for joining us for this March garden tour. And me and Lulu are just going to go spend some time together. Thank you for learning and growing with Woodpile, where puppies eat everything.